Hi, my name is Juan Casimiro, CEO and founder of BizNovator. Welcome to the Hacking COVID-19 with BizNovator 30. It's a series of thought-provoking ideas, action steps, everything that taps into your potential, development, personal growth, reading, writing, journaling, giving thanks and things like that really engages you and keeps you focused and connected during these trying times. In all due respect to the coronavirus and the disease that's out there with global impact, from the economy to families being affected, to health issues, to restaurants, bars, amusement parks, and so on, a lot of shutdowns, and particularly schools that are shut down as well. Some of you are going to be at home for the next couple of weeks, and in some cases, a couple of months. And one of the things that we want to do in this series of Hacking COVID-19 with BizNovator 30 is to share things that you can do to be successful, things that you can keep doing on a regular basis so that you keep developing that mind, that amazing, powerful tool that you have called, in this case, the brain. You can't control the external issues, but you can certainly control internal results and thinking through your mindsets. I've shared a number of segments. In this particular segment, I want to share with you, and each one has a title. These are 30 short, 5 to 10 minute mini workshops to challenge you and engage you and get you to take some action steps in your development for personal growth, personal development. This particular segment is titled Books That You Can Read for Your Personal Growth. Things related to information based on books that I've read, strategies that I've learned, action steps that I've taken, books that I've also shared with students throughout my teaching around the world. And I'm going to share with you 5 of them that I think you ought to order. If you're able to, or pick up a copy. It doesn't matter if it's new or used, but the very first book is by Simon Sinek. Start with the why. Being able to understand not what you're doing, how you plan to doing it, when you plan to doing it, but first start with the why. This is an excellent book that talks about everything that you should be penciling down as to how it ties into the why. Why are you doing what you say you want to do? It's a good book. I'd like for you to consider reading it. It's titled Start with the Why by Simon Sinek. Another good book that I've read maybe 1 or 2 times, and it really talks about particularly focus on parents, teaching and having parents learn the importance of money matters with their children, particularly as early as 5 years old when they're in kindergarten. It's called Why A Students Work for C Students. Why A students work for C students and B students work for government. There's an excellent book that touches on, issues related to money or financial education or the lack thereof. Did you know that 84% of students say they need financial education or that they want, yet 20% of teachers feel comfortable in teaching it? Most parents, like over 90% of parents, are asking, we need to start teaching kids about personal finance, money management, savings, earning, and so forth. We want it in schools, yet they don't have enough of it. Again, there's a good book, Why A Students Work for C Students and B Students Work for Government by Robert Kiyosaki, one of my favorite authors, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series. Excellent series. Pick up any of his books. They're all great. Talks about financial, personal finance information. I think it's a good book, a good read. Why A students work for C students and B students work for government. Guess who the C students are? Oftentimes they say they're entrepreneurs. The A students are very brilliant. The B students tend to be good managers and so on. One of my favorite, I think my top 3 authors, you may have heard of him, maybe not. Malcolm Gladwell. Buy this book. It's called Outliers. He's got a number of case studies of successful people who've had challenges and have overcome them. Outliers, the story of success. Great book. by Malcolm Gladwell. Here he features the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Wayne Gretzky, Bill Gates, and other success stories. And he explains the thousands of hours they put into their craft and putting it into action, taking action steps, building the right mindsets, and so on. Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. Good book. Check it out. Another good book, one of my favorites, probably top 3 for me. And it's a book that for an organization I helped co-found, and I was co-founder of the 7 Mindsets. It's an actual company that focuses on empowering young people, teaching young people through mindfulness. And I did some of the research. I participated in testing this material over the years with my good friends Scott Schickler, Jeff Waller, Mitch Schlimmer. We got together and said, why don't we do something with what's happening with young people around the world? And it's called the 7 Mindsets to Live Your Ultimate Life. In earlier previous series, I talked about the 7 Mindsets. Powerful book. You can get it online. 7 Mindsets is focused on having everyone learn more about themselves and their mindsets, but also living a happy and successful life. That a lot of parents are driven by encouraging the students to be academic success. Going to school is a wonderful thing. I believe in it. It's got a social development aspect of it. But more importantly, schools focus on academics, which we all need. But seldom do schools talk about mindfulness and being able to focus on personal growth, personal development. This book and this particular model as a company is now in over 675 schools in the United States alone, where teachers are being trained to then teach mindfulness to children from kindergarten, as early as kindergarten to even college level. It's a great book. BizNovator uses this book a lot in their workshops. As a matter of fact, you can get the whole series and that whole development through mybiznovator.com, where we've included the 7 Mindsets methodology, a globally known methodology that's been working wonders. It's called the 7 Mindsets to Live Your Ultimate Life. And then what better than Steve Simbert? It's a young man that lives the 7 Mindset. A hurricane survivor, tsunami survivor from Haiti, migrated to the United States, attended high school, honor students. Never did he complain, always focused. Was an earthquake survivor some 10, 15 years ago when Haiti faced one of the worst earthquakes in the world. Makes it to the U.S., goes to high school, focus on his education, hard work ethics, build amazing relationships through We Are Connected, tap into some resources available for him. Went to St. Thomas University, wanted to do more, grow more, then transferred to Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., and from there, he became an amazing success story at Georgetown. And every summer during his Georgetown days, while he was an undergrad, he also did internships during the summers, in particular special programs at Princeton, Florida State, and so forth. When he graduated, Steve Simbert then applied to go to Oxford, and he became the first Asian American to attend Oxford and graduate with a master's degree from there. An amazing university around the world, probably top 3 in the world, Oxford in England. He went there and then he returned back to Washington, started a business that engages folks in bartering. It's called Barter Joe. And you can barter goods and services through their platform, barterjoe.com. And then he wrote 2 books in a period of about maybe 2 years. This one that I read, Finding Hope in Chaos. And this is exactly a good reflection of Steve's experience, rising from crises into the American dream. An amazing young man, also going to be featured in TED Talks real soon. He's going to be featured at TED Talks in Miami, at University of Miami, but that was rescheduled due to the coronavirus. But this is a guy, an alumni of ours from BizNovator, who's participated in the camps. He's an alumni of 7 Mindsets Ultimate Life Summit that took place in Disney. This is a guy that lives and puts into action every single mindset. Everything from everything is possible, passion first, we are connected, 100% accountable, attitude of gratitude, big time, as well as living to give, helping others. He's helped his countries as well. And the time is now, taking action every day in his success, from starting a venture, from going to Oxford and doing a master's. An amazing young man, a good example. Check out his book if you can. You can find all of these online. Finding Hope in Chaos, written by Scott Schickler and Jeff Waller, researched by Mitch Limmer, myself, and tested by us. 7 Mindsets to Live Your Ultimate Life, written by Scott Schickler and Jeff Waller. And of course, one of my, I'd say, top 3 authors, Malcolm Gladwell, Outliers, The Story of Success. Powerful book. Read it, check it out. And then this one, of course, Why A Students Work for C Students and B Students Work for Government. Everything tying in for parents to really have consciousness of the importance of personal finance and money issues or money management, growing it, creating it, saving it, thinking different about money for kids. And then ask and start with why. Why is it that you're doing whatever you choose to do, especially during this downtime? And it talks about how great leaders inspire everyone to take action. The time is now. We know that the coronavirus is out there. We know that we can't control external issues that take place, be it through government, society, the world, the universe, but we can certainly take control 100% of how we think. Positive thinking will result into, positive things in your life. If you want to dive deeper in all this, go to mybiznovator.com, where we have a series of lengthier workshops which teaches you to take action plans into your own hands and making things happen. Time management, goal setting, you name it. MyBizNovator.com is focused on your personal growth, personal development, and of course, your empowerment. You're worth it. Take action. MyBizNovator.com. Check us out. And as always, where there's a crisis lies an opportunity. This is the perfect opportunity for you to do some inventory with self, discover who you are, what you want, where you want to go, and of course, ask yourself the why. And then this important thing is start with the why in whatever you choose to do, because everything is possible. Check us out. MyBizNovator.com. Juan Casimiro, CEO and founder of BizNovator.